Hello everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to my Beautiful Nights channel. For this video, I'm going to show you guys the necklace that I made with Czech Beads exclusive monthly subscription box. And the box I am talking about is January's Picasso box right here. And I opened this box with you guys on camera, and I've gotten several boxes from them already, and I have to say, and I told you guys in that video, that the Picasso box is my absolute favorite so far. It is just absolutely stunning, all of the beads in them. I totally adore Picasso beads. And anyways, I was going to film a tutorial on how to do this, and then I realized it would be silly for me to do that because I have been doing so much stringing and crimping lately that I just felt like, you know, I shouldn't do a tutorial because I've been doing that so much. So I'm just going to show you what I made so you guys can make the same exact piece if you want. And all of the beads and these connectors here are from the box, but everything else is from my stash. So I use the basic jewelry making supplies because I wanted you guys to be able to make this. So I used from my stash a lobster claw clasp, jump rings, chain, bead stringing wire, crimps, and crimp covers. That's what I use for my stash. And I have to tell you, I have moved these beads around so many times. I actually worked on this for a few days because I wasn't happy with how the beads were laying. And I probably tried over a dozen different ways of how to lay these beads out in a pattern. And I ended up doing this. This is the best pattern that I can come up with for the necklace to lay properly. I did have this strand here in the middle, and these were banging into this, and it just didn't look right, so I stretched this out longer, and then I moved it to the bottom. And I was also having trouble getting the spacing just right in between here, and now it's just perfect, and I really love it. So I'm going to zoom in on this so you guys can have a closer look at it. I think the chain that I have in this is from Michael's. I'm not totally sure, but it's like a Rollo chain. Rollo chain is the best for jewelry making because it can be used several different ways. You're not limited on what you could do with it. So in this piece, I used the 3mm Czech fire polish beads in silver, and I used them to space out the beads, and it really made this piece look great. If I didn't have those, it probably wouldn't look so good. And I also used these red Picasso teardrops throughout the piece, and I used these Picasso, this is called Crystal Picasso, I used those too. And I also used the 6mm Czech fire polish beads in turquoise, and I used the Drux in red, and I also used the Crystal Picasso Drux. I used these really neat tile beads. There were several of these in the box, but I ended up using these because they matched these here and those there. And there was actually 2 of these beads in the box, and I was going to string it on, and I decided it would be better if I could turn it into a pendant. It would make it look even more interesting. So I put this onto a head pin. Oh, I forgot to mention the head pin was mine. And I used these flower beads from the box, and where I don't have the silver 3mm Czech fire polish beads, I put the metal beads. So I put the saucer beads here, and I put the round metal beads there, and I have them there, and it just turned out really nice. I really like this. And I do want to tell you guys, if you did not get January's Picasso box, if you missed it, you can still make a necklace similar to this. Or maybe you make this necklace and you want to make another one, but you don't have the same beads. What you could do is get chandelier findings. Get your one that has 3 holes in the bottom and use that for your sides, and go through your stash and see what teardrops you have. You can use bigger teardrops if you want, and you're going to need 3mm Czech fire polish beads. If you don't have 3mm Czech fire polish beads, you can use 8OC beads because they're pretty much the same size. And you can use pearls if you want in place of the 8mm Drux. Just play around with it. These tile beads here, I think they are like 10mm, I want to say, from hole to hole. So if you didn't get these same beads, go through your stash, see what you have, and you can make something very similar to this. So I just wanted to zoom in on this and show you a close-up of it so you can make the same piece. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to point out, I am bad. When I do bead stringing, sometimes I realize I make it too tight and then the piece is so stiff, and I'm really bad about doing that. I always have to remind myself to not make it too tight. So when I strung this, I realized that I also, and one other thing, when you go to crimp this, you only want to run your bead stringing wire about 1/2 inch back through the beads, because if you run it too far down here, these here will not lay properly. That's a problem that I had. So my bead stringing wire, when I passed it back through, it's only going back through about 1/2 inch, and I cut it off because of the teardrops. And I didn't make this tight. If you look and I pull this here, I have some space there, so that little gap, you need it to be a little loose. You don't want it to be tight. You want, because of movement. If it's too stiff, it's not going to move. So you see here. See, I have the little tiny little gap just for movement, and this lays beautifully on the neck. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So just go ahead and pause the camera here and study how my pattern is, and you can make the same exact piece. So this is it. I hope that you guys found this helpful. And like I said, if you don't have these same beads, go into your stash, look for some chandelier findings that you can use as connectors, and you can make a multi-strand necklace like this. I really love how it turned out. I hope you guys love it too. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and make sure you click the bell button so you get notified when I upload new videos, and like me on Facebook. And don't forget to share pictures of the jewelry you've made from my videos on my Facebook page, and follow me on Pinterest. Thanks for watching.